All right, hello everybody. Welcome to Q&A live stream number 88. It is approximately 6:45 p.m. right here on the East Coast in the great state of New Jersey. Today is Tuesday, December 1st, 2020. And you know what this means, guys? We are just a few days away from the end of Century 21. So we'll give people a couple minutes to join, and I'm going to go over a couple of things that I've did today that are going to be happening this week. So a lot to get into today, and let's get started. So first person, good evening. It's the G-Man. How are you? High Elevators of Steel City by Otis Elevator Fan 102. How are you? So how's everybody doing on this fine first day of December of 2020? We're going to be losing two major retailers pretty soon. Century 21 is closing December 6th, and Lord and Taylor at some point by the end of this month. So, guys, today I wanted to make an announcement. So I went to the Century 21 store today at the Altsbergen Town Center, and I'm almost done with this bottle of water. Guess how much this bottle of water? I know this is the New York Yankees, and I know they're not making it to the World Series. Guess how much this bottle of water costed today at Century 21? 15 cents. 15 cents just for this bottle of water, and I even have the receipt to prove it. 15 cents, like that's a pretty good deal, especially considering they're going out of business in 5 days. No, not $8. I mean, 15 cents for that. What a steal. I could not say no to 15 cents. I mean, come on. That's like you're like giving stuff away at that point. And it is the end of Century 21 as an iconic department store chain. Rest in peace, 1961 to 2020. I wish all those people best of luck of finding a new job. So yeah, we're losing three Bed Bath and Beyonds, but none near me. But Century 21 is going away, unfortunately. Yeah, I know. 15 cents. You can't go wrong with that. As a matter of fact, I actually I actually I actually have the receipt right here. Look at that. 15 cents. What a steal, honestly. And memorabilia too, because now I officially have a Century 21 receipt. 15 cents. You'll never find a deal like that ever again. That's like a once in a lifetime opportunity right there. Yeah, me too. Well, they're saying the vaccine's out. I haven't really been following the news that much, but I do hear that they were supposed to meet today and approve two of them. So, you know, it's gonna be a process to roll out the vaccine. Unfortunately, as much as I hate to say that, but do you anticipate Jake Williams doing an episode of Bankrupt Abandoned on Century 21? I think he'll do Lord and Taylor before Century 21, but down the road, yes, I do believe down the road it is in his deck of cards of abandoned Century 21. I don't even know what he's doing this week, by the way. It'd be great if he did another abandoned episode, but I'm sure Lord and Taylor would be first over Century 21. The reason Lord and Taylor has a lot more history than what's it called? Than Lord, I mean Century 21. So yeah. Well, it looks like he's doing the full story on a ship. That should be interesting. Oof. Oof. Two copies of Windows XP. Oh my god. That's not even supported anymore, but that's not even supported anymore by Microsoft. They dropped that's they dropped support for that like 6 years ago. Good luck using old tech. Yes, we need to get the vaccine in 2021. Yeah, I will get it. I'm definitely getting it next year. No doubt about that. I definitely am getting the COVID vaccine. I mean, that's going to literally be mandatory. But yeah, I'm definitely getting the COVID vaccine. I mean, my God, everybody needs to. Definitely. Yep. It was today. A month ago today, we set the clocks back. It's a shame, though, it gets dark much earlier now. It sucks that the sun's only out for a certain period of time during the day, and it's I do wish that we were still in spring because I like it still being light out. Like right now, it would be light outside if it was a summer, but it is what it is, I guess. Hi, elevators. How are you? So yeah, but yeah, I got a nice big tribute for Century 21 coming up on Sunday to bid farewell to the 61-year-old department store chain, 60-year-old department store chain. I mean, 59-year-old rather, department store chain. Tribute video is going up on Sunday, so yeah, very exciting about that for Century 21. We'll be saying farewell to Century 21 this Sunday. So, are you a game show fan by any chance? I do watch Jeopardy every now and then, and I think one of my parts of my family watches Family Feud. I don't really like watch the game shows that much, but if it's on, I'll watch it for a little bit. I'm not big on the game shows. I never have been actually. Yeah, I wish it was June too, because then Lord and Taylor wouldn't have announced all their freaking stores are closing. Ugh, that was the worst when they did that on August. Like that really sucks that they're all closing. So the good news is I've gotten to the most of the majority in the state, and I don't hold me to this, guys, but I am getting to the final one tomorrow. Um, it's in a downtown, and the tour should be up by the end of this month. So very exciting. Yeah, Alex Trebek was a huge loss. Yeah, I just put it together today, so it's going up Sunday. You'll like it. I put it together nicely. It just took a while because I had to edit everything through iMovie, but I think it's going to be really nice. It's a bittersweet video, and it's a good it's a good way to close the chapter on Century 21, in my opinion. Yeah, me too. Me too. It's so cold now. That's the problem. But man, we just need the vaccine. That's it. I mean, I'm not even hoping for warmer weather now. We need the vaccine. That's it. We need the vaccine, and we need to get on with our lives. No, it's not. It's still not closed again. Hi. Oh wow, a lot of people. Okay. One of my teachers said stuff will be getting back to normal in 2023. No, that might be long term, like economically, but no, we got it. We're getting out of this thing, no matter what the cost is. We need to because we can't shut things down comfortably. No, we will. No, I wouldn't even listen to that person. That the problem is that person probably spends too much time watching the media. And I'm not trying to take one side or the other, but try not to get brainwashed by people who watch and sit the me watch. I mean, sorry, sit down and watch the media all day because it's not good for you. Nor is it not good for you, but I strongly advise not to do it because you don't want to watch the same things over and over again because they're saying the same garbage, whether you're on one side or the other. I try not to get political here, but that's the way that I feel about the whole thing with the media. But whatever. Thank you, Metro Elevators. Happy December to you too. No, it's still open, but I think at 25% capacity, I think. Hi, Dilty bro, how are you? Hopefully. Oh, I can't stand it either, but oh, nice. That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, I can't stand the pandemic either. I agree. This nonsense just has to end. Von Mauer at Polaris Fashion used to be a Lord and Taylor. That's interesting, but I don't think Von Mauer is expanding in the Northeast. I'm not really gonna discuss that in this live stream. When the details do become available to the public, I will get further in, but I don't know when that's going to happen. But if there are details regarding Sears and Kmart closing and going bye bye, I will put those details out. But right now, I do have to wait until those details are confirmed by a credible source. Yep, that's the plan. That is the plan, is to keep pushing this content out. But with the second wave, it's gonna get a little bit harder. So I got to start creating ways to create backup content. So I'm not sure yet what vaccine I'm getting, but I'm definitely getting a vaccine at some point. Have you ever been to Diesel Ducey's Elevators Museum in Roanoke, Virginia? No, I have not. I've seen pictures of it, of course, but no, I've never been there. Yes, it's on the East Coast. Yes, it's close where I could take a flight, but I really don't have a desire to do that right now, given the whole thing with the pandemic. I want to kind of wait on that for now. So, by the ways, another thing I wanted to bring up too, was that Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is actually on tonight at 8 o'clock. I'm definitely going to be watching it. That's why I'm doing the live stream now, because I definitely want to watch that. Because it's the beginning of Christmas. It's the first day of December. It's really the first day of the end of the year. It's crazy. Hi, Dylan Jesus. How are you? Yeah, I've seen videos of it too. So we'll go over quickly Century 21, which just .com. So Century 21 is going out of business. I'll share the screen real quick. Oh, well, that's cool, I guess. So this is Century 21. So it is the end for Century 21 sales. Last day of business is December 6th, with the exception of the store in Bergen County. That store is closing December 5th, and I actually just visited today and got that water bottle for an incredible price. So that is the update on Century 21. And you guys have seen the video in regards to Lord and Taylor. This is what Lord and Taylor has on their website. They're taking a quick holiday break, and they can assist you at the following stores. And all these stores, by the way, guys, are currently in the process of finishing up their liquidation sales. So that is your update on Century 21 and Lord and Taylor. So, yeah, it is. I know. Well, same thing with American Dream. We were going to get a Century 21 too. Bergen County was going to have two, and then the pandemic hit, and those plans were scrapped. Yep, it's not happening anymore, unfortunately. That'll probably become Primark or something down the road. I'm sure. I'm sure that then that's a big enough space to do it now. But yeah, Century 21 won't be moving into there because those plans are scrapped. So it's still sad that Century 21 is going out of business, but I got a pretty good deal though on a water bottle today. It was the New York Yankees. I only paid about 15 bucks for it. One of the best deals ever. 15 cents for a bottle of water. You don't see that every day. But at this point it is unfortunately over for Century 21 as a store. Their final day is Sunday, December 6th. Mm. Sorry, guys, I'm getting a whole bunch of text messages on you. Sorry, my brother just sent me something funny. Hold on, give me 1 second, guys. All right, sorry about that. My brother just sent me something really funny. Um, it does, but Boscov's delayed their opening, which was smart, and I wish more well, not really any more department store companies because they're all corporate run, but you know, whatever. It's a lot of cases, but you know, yes, I believe so. Oh, interesting. I can't believe 2020 is almost over. I'm actually kind of happy this year is honestly over. This year has been nothing but a dumpster fire. It really all kind of did start out with Kmart in West Orange, and then Sears closed 4 stores, and then we had a pandemic, and then now more stores are closing. So, yeah, this is I don't know. I'm just happy that this year is over, honestly, because this year has been nothing but a dumpster fire. I can't wait for Christmas either. I'm looking forward to Christmas, actually. Yes, it is the quick holiday sale for Lord and Taylor, but Century 21 is closing December 6th with the exception of the Bergen Town location. I wonder if there was any news today on store closings. I'm surprised no one said anything in the chat. Yeah, Germanans, that UK department store is closing. Pet Value's closing. All of their stores. Sears is closing the 7 stores, including the White Plains one. So, but yeah. So I don't really have anything else to go over. But if you guys have any questions regarding like store tours and liquidations, go ahead and leave that in the chat. And I'll be more than happy to go over some topics that you guys have because I really don't have anything else to really go over. But if you guys want to leave some topics to talk about, we could try and bring it up in the chat, and maybe I could get more people to do stuff. Um, so, but like I said, some very exciting stuff coming to the channel. Century 21 stuff, the store tour of Lord and Taylor in downtown Westfield, New Jersey, along with the elevator, the escalator, several stores across downtown Westfield, New Jersey, and the train station. So a lot of new content coming from that area of New Jersey, which is very exciting because we haven't seen that in about 5 years, and this is an excellent opportunity to get some new content up on the channel. Sears, so yeah. Sears and Roebuck is still open at the Newport Center Mall in Jersey City, New Jersey. Yes, it is the last Sears and Roebuck store in the state of New Jersey. Are there any Whole Foods stores with elevators in New Jersey? I believe the Weehawken store has an elevator. That's the only one I really know of, but that's near like New York City. But none of them like outside of that urban area have elevators. Like Paramus doesn't have an elevator. Ridgewood does not have an elevator. Wayne, oh no, that's not a store yet, but you guys get the point. Yeah, it was a United Kingdom store, but it's a shame. Like you guys see what lockdowns do. That's why we cannot afford another lockdown. Look at Look at what's happening in the UK, with that department store chain. They're now in on the brink of liquidation. Like that's tough. That is tough. But yeah, I am so ready for this year to be over. I mean, look at what's happened this year with all the department stores that have closed. I mean, think about it. We go all the way back to January and February. You know, Kmart closed at West Orange. Sears closed 4 stores across New Jersey: the Moorestown Mall, New Brunswick, Woodbridge, Livingston, and Smith Haven. Can't forget that. Kmart at Penn Station also closed. And then that was pre-COVID. Then enter the after-COVID period. Macy's Comac never opened up again to the public. Nordstrom Freehold only opened up for fixture liquidation sales. Lord & Taylor is now slated to close all of their stores by the end of December of 2020. And finally, Century 21 is closing by this upcoming Sunday. You know, it's really scary. And a lot of people, you know, have lost their jobs, unfortunately. And for those people who are retail workers, it's very difficult for them to get a new job because they gotta update their resume, they gotta do all this and that, and it's a lot. So, but the good news is JCPenney and Forever 21 were saved, so that you gotta look at the glass being half full. Yeah, it sucks that Lord and Taylor's going out of business and Century 21's going out of business, but at least JCPenney and Forever 21 were saved. I mean, JCPenney getting saved is huge. Although, unfortunately, their headquarters in Plano, Texas did unfortunately close, which I believe that was part of the whole transaction of the ownership between Simon and Brookfield. But at least those 2 were saved. So I guess that's a good thing. Hey, Chris, how are you? Oh, hey, Joe, how are you, man? Yeah, too many people are dying from the virus. Yeah, well, I mean, it stinks, but what can you do? We can't. We just got to remain vigilant, and we just got to keep doing the things that the government's telling us to do. No, round 1 was rejected by the Freehold Town Board because of I Play America, which pretty much now puts Freehold in a very tough spot once again. Now, look, losing Sears, I mean, any mall loses to Sears. Sears is just, yeah, no, that's bad leadership from Eddie Lampert. But when you lose a store like a Nordstrom, yeah, your mall's in some deep crap. So I don't know I don't know what the future of that mall is. Livingston is in some deep crap. I think Simon's going to give up ownership of Livingston and move on to Short Hills because of the whole Tallman and Simon merger. That's back on the table now. So that's expected to close by the end of this year, early next year. So that'll be after the holidays and stuff. But I would expect Simon to be giving up Livingston and focusing on the mall at Short Hills, which just makes more sense, honestly. Why own two properties when one's not doing too well, and they could just do the property for foreclosure at this point? They're better off just, taking a loss and focusing on Short Hills, Rockaway, and the what's another mall in that area that Simon owns? I don't even know. Yeah, Rockaway, and I think no, I don't can't think of another mall that they own. Yeah, I think they'll focus on Short Hills and Rockaway. Oh, and Quaker Bridge and Menlo Park, all those other malls. There is, but I believe it is one floor. Many Whole Foods are one floor, especially in New Jersey. Yeah. Yeah, no. Most of the Whole Foods that are built are typically one floor, and it looks like the Parsippany location is no exception to that rule. Plus, I'm not a fan of Whole Foods. I think it's just too generic, but somehow they get away with being an essential retailer, which amazes me. What is the name of department stores that will be walking away from will be taking away in the malls? You mean like closing down? Well, that's Lord and Taylor. That's whatever Sears stores are currently liquidating, and J.C. Penney if they've liquidated enough locations this year. I'm not too sure about that one. The only really things we're having in our area is socially distant Christmas lightings where patrons have to practice social distancing and wear a face covering like this one while attending that event. Actually, I put this on incorrectly. Yeah, they're social distancing and they're wearing a face covering like this, pretty much. Ohio's only Lord and Taylor at Polaris Fashion Place closed in 2005 and became a Lord and Taylor. Interesting. Will the Damon Busters at Willowbrook be closing for BJ's? It's a good question, and it's quite a possibility, given that there was a warn notice filed. I don't know, but BJ's does. It looks like BJ's Wholesale Club wants to enter Passaic County. It's going to compete heavily though with Costco. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world because think about it. People could shop there, like on Sundays and stuff. So I think it's a benefit, honestly, in my opinion. Just gotta. Hopefully. Yeah, well, it's a common sight, so I would get used to seeing it because you're going to be seeing a lot more stores going out of business post-pandemic. Yeah, Francisca's is closing 140 stores. Um, but it's unfortunate. Interesting. No, I don't think so. Really? I didn't know that Lord and Taylor had a store in Ohio. That's interesting. Hi, Chris. How was your Thanksgiving? My Thanksgiving was great. Got to spend some quality time with my family and got to watch the parade. So, yeah. Hi, Scorch. How are you? Uh, Hi, Alex P18. How are you? Interesting. I'm not surprised, though. Oh, Indianapolis. Oh, yeah, that's right. You did go. No, I don't do the stream. I don't do live streams every day. I do them often, but I don't do them every day. I have a lot of stuff going on in my life. I do them as best as I could, but I don't do them frequently. I do them when I can because I like to do it when I can so that I get to interact with the you guys and talk about what I've done and what I've been to in the past couple of days and different updates on liquidations and store closings, yada 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 yada. No, Short Hills was the only Forever 21 that closed last year. That's right. I forgot about that. I knew the Lord and Taylor Palisades closed last year, but wow, I forgot about Forever 21 closing in Short Hills. Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate that it's been sitting vacant since 2008. That is troubling. That is very troubling. Yes, I heard about the two incidents happening at Roosevelt Field. Very very scary. I know the area outside of Roosevelt Field is kind of sketchy, so I'm not surprised personally. No, round one was rejected by the Freehold Town Board, by the planning board. It was rejected because it would jeopardize I Play America. There will not be a round one at Freehold Raceway Mall. I don't know what's gonna happen with that mall, but who knows? Did you know Titanic had sisters? I'm not exactly sure what you're referring to, but okay. Um, I've seen the movie Titanic before. Yes, it's a bummer, but what can you do? They didn't want to jeopardize I Play America. Can we donate to the stream? Um, I don't unfortunately have a donation button, but you can if you want to send a donation, you can send it to this following email. Yeah. Anybody who asks about donations, just make sure to send that to that email. Yes, it did. 24 days until Christmas. That's right. To be announced. Yeah. Oh, Britannic. That I did not know. Wow. Okay. Thank you. That's interesting. Thank you for telling me about that, actually. Yeah, 30 days until the end of 2020. Thank God. Oh, you're leaving Dylan D. Jesus? Fashion Mall in Keystone. Hmm. I don't know where that is exactly. Another incident happened at Roosevelt Field today? No. I mean, I'm not surprised. That whole area it's in is just awful. outside the mall. Yeah, I that's why I'm not going there anytime soon. I'm probably gonna go after the vaccine comes out, after the holidays, and when they announce a major closure at that mall. Then I would say, sure, I will gladly go out to Roosevelt Field. Said empty net. Nimshay Mall has lost its Sears and Roebuck and Macy's locations. Yeah, that is quite sad. Primark is already on the upper level. RMS Olympic. Wow, interesting. I do. Looting a King of Prussia? Interesting. The Lens Crafters? Tell me more, Scorch, about the Lens Crafters at Roosevelt Field. I'm not surprised. It's prime real estate if they turn a Sears into an office building. I think Bright Sun Films is going to be doing some kind of boat wreck. I just boat wreck video. I just saw his Instagram today, so I'm interested to see that. Did you know that things in space can go at 1,000,000 miles per hour? That I did not know. Yes, I know. I've seen it before. Yes, I've heard of Yonkers. They were defunct by the Bonton Company. Have you ever heard? Oh, I heard that they're turning the old Boscov's in the Oxford Valley Mall into apartment buildings. From what I heard, Boscov's has been empty for 12 years, would be demolished for this. Well, that's most likely what's going to happen. Interesting. Yeah, I don't really care about Whole Foods. Sorry. Yeah, that is sad. Well, our last Sears in the Newport Center in Jersey City, New Jersey is going to be closing soon. No, it's a possible replacement, but I don't think Boscov's is looking to open up new doors anytime soon. I and here's the thing, it's very close to Monmouth Mall, and does Boscov's really want a second door in Monmouth County? I think what Boscov's does is the one department store per county strategy, right? Because think about it. They got one store in Middlesex County, one store in Monmouth County, one store in Ocean County, and one store in Atlantic City. By having a second Boscov's in the same county, it jeopardizes the store at the Monmouth Mall. So to answer your question about Boscov's coming to the Freehold Raceway Mall, I don't think it's going to happen. Now, I could be wrong, but it's unlikely, especially if they have one at Monmouth Mall already. It just doesn't make sense. I wouldn't say Roosevelt Field's in a rich area. Maybe the area around the mall is rich, but outside of the mall, not so much. Not so much. Now, if you're talking about Walt Whitman, yeah, that's a rich area of Long Island. That's where the old money is, the North Shore. That is where a lot of the old money is. That's why you got like Macy's, Saks Fifth Avenue, Bloomingdale's. Well, the Lord and Taylor is liquidating. So I try not to mention Lord and Taylor too much anymore because Lord and Taylor at this point is just finished. Um, into a Goodwill or cinema. Well, I'm not surprised. Kennesaw, Georgia. Interesting. Yeah, it's a surprise. Where do you get the answers to these questions? I do a lot of research on the internet. Nope. It it would not work. Lehigh, the Whitehall Mall is not upscale enough for a Saks. Sorry to say. Oh, sweet. Yeah, I definitely want to go back to Roosevelt Field at some point. The thing is, I want to wait for a key anchor store to close. Then it makes the trip more worthwhile. And once there's the vaccine, I'll be home free and not have to worry about COVID again. Boscov's has two stores in Chester County, Exton Square Mall and Conventry Mall. The thing is, I'm sure they're probably much further away. See, the different state landscape between Pennsylvania and New Jersey is drastically different. And not only that, sorry, not only that, but here's the thing with that Pennsylvania counties are much bigger than New Jersey counties, meaning Pennsylvania counties have more. Not, I mean, I'm not saying they have more people, but you know, there it makes more sense because you can distance themselves. They can distance Boscov stores much further away from each other. Also, Boscov's um, is a company based in Pennsylvania, so they have a huge following in the state of Pennsylvania. So it also makes sense too. Yep, 5 more days of Century, with the exception of Bergen Town. Four for them. They're closing on Saturday because of the infamous Bergen County Blue Laws, which prevents all non-essential retailers from opening up on a Sunday. What will you do if you on the? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Yeah, have a prediction for the Lord and Taylor Manhasset. Will it become a Saks Fifth Avenue? You know what? That honestly is a great suggestion for that Lord and Taylor. Manhasset's a very upscale area, but it does come down to this though. Yes, Saks Fifth Avenue would work. Yes, I think it would be an absolutely phenomenal idea if Hudson Bay does own the property. The question is though, is Saks willing to put a second door on Long Island? And that's something I don't know. Could that jeopardize their Walt Whitman location? I don't know. Or could they really want to expand their footprint in New York State and put a second location in Manhasset? That I don't know. But they might, because that building is preserved and because it was operated at the time before the sale, Hudson Bay, Saks could very well work there. But I don't know. It depends. It depends on how we make it out of this pandemic, and it depends on if people are really shopping more online versus shopping in store. I don't know personally, unfortunately, but it wouldn't be a bad idea. I like that suggestion with Saks Fifth Avenue and Manhasset, and I think they could really reconfigure the building to make it feel like a Saks Fifth Avenue, considering they did a renovation of it as a Lord and Taylor. And all they would really have to do is take down the Lord and Taylor logos and just make it a Saks Fifth Avenue. But we'll see what happens with that. But I think it's a very good suggestion, Joseph. Very good suggestion. How many days does Lord and Taylor have before the chain is completely finished? I know Century 21 is down to its final 4 days as of now. Final four for the Bergen for the what's it called? For the Bergen Town Center location, and final five for the rest of the locations. Yeah, I think I wouldn't be surprised if they're making a movie on COVID-19. I am on a Mac, but it does buffer every now and then. You are right about that. I've heard people say that before in the chat. Neiman Marcus last call, they're only keeping 2 locations opened. What happened to Neiman Marcus last call? They all went out of business. But yeah, it says it on their website. It literally says it on their website. Last day of business is December 6th. I can show you if you really want to. Really, I did not know that. It's a suggestion. I don't know if Brookfield is willing to do it though. No, no, because that I think would jeopardize Walt Whitman. Yeah, see, Saks is very selective of where they go. The thing is, if Saks Fifth Avenue were to really open up a second door on Long Island, I believe it would jeopardize their store at the Walt Whitman shops. So you don't want to have too much of a good thing. It's almost like having too many brownies. You don't want to have too much of a good thing because it jeopardizes, something else. So in the case of Saks Fifth Avenue, they don't want to have too many locations that it jeopardizes another one. For an example, look at the mergers with Macy's. Macy's is realizing, we have way too many locations, so we have to close other locations to not jeopardize our other stores. Kind of like what happened with Nordstrom's at Freehold, unfortunately. Think about it. The Nordstrom store at the Freehold Raceway Mall made sense when it opened up in 1992 because the next closest Nordstrom's was at the King of Prussia Mall. But unfortunately, in 2008, Nordstrom opened up a new store at the Cherry Hill Mall. So this Nordstrom in Freehold was almost in the middle of the state, and it was between two metropolitan areas, New York City and the Philadelphia Delaware Valley. So the Nordstroms and Freehold didn't exactly work out well because A, you had Nordstrom's Menlo Park, and B, you had Nordstrom's Cherry Hill. So honestly, that's why they had to close it. Does it suck? Yes. And was it my favorite decision? No. But you know what? At the end of the day, they didn't want to jeopardize their company. And they also had to recover from the stay-at-home orders and lockdowns that happened between March and May. So it's sad and unfortunate, but what can you do? No, 2008. Yeah, they will remain untouched. No, Lord and Taylor will not will not be defunct. New Year's Eve for Lord and Taylor. Smallest Macy's on Long Island. The one out in the Hamptons. That's the smallest one. The smallest J.C. Penney on Long Island used to be Smith Haven, used to be Green Acres. That's a tough one. That is a tough one. Probably South Shore now because they've started closing off parts of that store. I don't know. I don't think they're announcing anything um, with that at the moment. Macy's is also currently jeopardizing the economy in Middlesex County with Menlo Park and Woodbridge Center being less than a mile apart, right? Yeah, it sucks. Here's the thing where that gets interesting. Macy's renovated the Woodbridge Center cab. They wouldn't have done that, but they didn't renovate Brunswick Square. So I think Woodbridge has a reason for being there. Macy's has two different divisions of stores. They have their regular stores, their growth stores, and they have their neighborhood stores, which are much more localized Macy's. So I don't think that they're looking to, they want those two different kinds, but I don't know. I think the whole thing is stupid, but I don't know. Any suggestions about Lord and Taylor Bala Kinwood becoming a Macy's? I don't think so because you got the Macy's at City Center in Philadelphia. Yeah, it sucks for that mall, Woodbridge Center. It's all the way out in the Hamptons. It's a very tiny Macy's. It's so small. Like it's just incredibly small. What is the reason why Sears in White Plains closed in February of 2020? Or why is it closing? No, it's closing in January. And the reason is the building got sold, I think, either to the mall or a developer. They probably snatched it up for a sweetheart deal too that Eddie Lampert couldn't resist. So yeah, they snatched that up real fast on that one. So, but anyways, yeah, I'm even surprised like that Macy's store is still out in the Hamptons. Like that amazes me. That really does amaze me that that Macy's store is all the way out there. It must like really do so well too. But I believe it is a one floor store only. Smith Haven is 3 floors though. Hi elevator boy, how are you? I don't know. Yeah, it is fake news if they got the date wrong. Interesting. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with that Sears. I don't know. I don't think any companies are making announcements until after the pandemic. I wonder too, but we'll just have to wait and see. So, yeah, well, Sears was already dying, unfortunately. Let me see. Let me just go on NJ Warren notice. Let me see if there were any Warren notices filed with the state today. See if there's anybody else closing. I don't think so. There was a couple of Warren notices filed today, I think, with the New York State Department of Labor. What? No, not Warren Act. So I typically find that. Yeah, so I still can't believe Century 21's going out of business, man. It's just crazy. Not surprised. So, all right, guys. So another 5 minutes here, and I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap up the live stream for tonight. Like I said, I do want to watch Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and it's the first day of December and all that stuff. So I think we're actually gonna go ahead and just end this here. So hope you guys enjoyed. To go again, we got a lot of new content coming up, so very excited about that. I'm looking forward to uploading some excellent new content. My last walkthrough of a Lord and Taylor tomorrow. That is going to be definitely depressing. So Yeah, I don't think Macy's is opening up any more stores unless they're the small format stores. So, all right, everybody, thanks again for joining Q&A live stream number 88, and we'll see you guys next time.